time while we were in the apartment going to the hospital and then all this was going on, uh, we had a wonderful time as a family.
Yeah.
Mom was the one who would keep the excitement alive. She would say, "We are here in the U.S." I would joke around with one guy who would say, "Hey, Gabby, America's a big place, huh?" Remember
Yeah.
the guy?
What's his
California
name?
is a
Marty?
big place.
What was his name? All right, and Dad, the challenges didn't stop after Aaron's medical incident. So a couple months later or weeks later, I had a medical incident
That's
where I
right.
had a seizure. Tell me about that.
Well, as we were not even recovering from Aaron's post-surgery and all the visits that we were making to Children's Hospital, uh, on the 2nd of February 1995, we got information that my dad passed away. That was such a blow because just a few months earlier, we said goodbye to him. And we would talk to him often on the phone. And he would live with us at our home. So there was a lot of closeness with him. And all of a sudden, he's gone. And in more ways than one, I felt that I had deserted him
Sure.
because I was there as his youngest son. But then there was no way that I could go back to India or go to attend his funeral. Two things. One is that we had to get tickets back to India. I had to go back. But I was also informed that the funeral was on the 3rd of February. Unlike here, where sometimes they have the funeral after several weeks,
Right.
in India it's different. So he passed on 2nd of Feb, and they wanted to have the funeral on the 3rd and not on the 4th because 4th happens to be my sister's birthday. And they didn't want her to remember Dad's funeral on that day. And so we were mourning, we were in grief, and Mom had two people now. One is Aaron, his post-surgery, and me. But she was balancing it so well. And she was a great source of encouragement. And we would have our morning prayers and evening. And we had a little white board on the wall where Rachel and Aaron would write the thought for the day. A very positive, inspirational, biblical, scriptural thought. For example, this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice
Beautiful.
and be glad in it. So these are things that were there, and then we would pray. But losing someone close to you is traumatic, and you're far away. But then again, I was frustrated. I said, why am I here in the US when we could be back in India? Sometimes not grateful for what God is doing. But then this was I believe it was on the 5th, Sunday, 1995. You were not keeping in good health because you were trying to adjust with the milk that was available here, and you were getting upset, tummies, etc. But obviously you don't know what happened because you was little. Then on Sunday morning, Aaron and I, we were getting ready to go to church.
Mom was at home.
Mom was at home. She said she would be with you, look after you. But then, all of a sudden, I could hear Mom hysterical. She was a woman, as I said earlier. She was a strong-willed, strong person. She was hysterical. She was just uh, clinging on to you. Clinging on to you, and I turned around and I saw that you were still, no movement, and you were frothing. And she said, call 911. So I rushed. She said, sweetheart, call 911. And so I rushed to the phone and dialed the number. There was no one. And then I ran to our neighbors. They were Spanish-speaking people in the apartment complex. Ran to them. I said, I want your phone. And they were trying to understand me. So I grabbed the phone, called 911. And then they were asking me the address. So I was giving our address, 217 West Tuang Avenue. But they said, no, the address is wrong. I was confused. I said, what do you mean it's wrong? Then I realized that I was talking from the neighbor's phone, and their phone was registered. So I said, well, I'm the neighbor. And they must have realized, oh, well, here's the guy who, from India, he doesn't know the 911 things. But I rushed back, and Mom was clinging on to you and then praying. And, the emergency, they arrived in no time. And you were, there was no movement. And Mom was really hysterical. And we didn't know what was happening. Now that I recall, Rachel, Aaron, they were there. In fact, these are emotional things. Okay, so even whoever the audience is, know that this comes from the heart. I saw Rachel and Aaron, little, they were on their knees praying. And all I could hear is, save my brother, save my brother. Then the paramedics, they said they had to rush you to the hospital. We didn't have a car.
Yeah.
We didn't have a car. And then they said, well, we can't take you. Some sort of, thing that they had, formalities, but Mom was pleading with them. She said, no, I can't leave my son. I need to be there. So I guess they felt sorry for her, and then I just asked if I could go. They said no. And we were in such chaos and confusion at that time. So they put you on those gurneys or the stretcher, excuse me, and then with the sirens going, they taken you, and they said they were going to St. Joseph's, right, Providence, Joseph Providence in Burbank.
Right.
And then I just had Rachel and Aaron, and we requested the apartment managers, nice young couple. We trusted them. You were with them till later that your uncle came and then took care of you all. So my mind was now is how do I get to the hospital? It was quite a distance. And I was not athletic anymore,
Right.
Unlike when I was in India, because I think the American food had made me a little more on the heavier side.
It was all those shrimps you were talking about
That's
earlier.
right, the Singaporean shrimps. And then I didn't even have sandals. I had my bathroom slippers. And I started running. I walked just to be there at the hospital in time. Finally, I don't know how long, but in some places I did the sprint. Some places, but I never waited, never halted one place because I thought it was a waste of time. Rushed to the hospital, asked them, and then they directed me. And
So you ran to the hospital.
ran to the hospital.
Wow.
And then managed to see Mom there. And I think I shared with you, that you were looking like what did I say?
You were saying, not in a derogatory sense, but like a duck on like on display
That's right.
at a butcher shop.
That's right. You were listless. You were motionless, and their mom was there, and then they started treating you because it was a seizure. Yeah, and you had no motion, no movement at all, and that frightened us. Here was Aaron out of a surgery. Here's my dad who passed away, and then your situation. We're wondering. I mean, is this our faith journey to America?